Welcome, everyone, to Analytics are for the nerds. We're in week 3 and we're tired already. Let's go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bag.
Did you know that Al Capone is the reason we now have expiration dates on milk? Huh? Expiration dates. He did have plans to move into the dairy industry, but take over.
He decided to kill people instead.
Very clear 101 in this biggest foot in the mouth draft. And the 101, it's very clearly Rex Ryan, because that guy has definitely put some feet in the mouth.
That's so good.
100%. Guy loves feet, his white
That's
feet,
good. Big feet.
lots of feet in
Little
the
feet.
mouth. I'm sure.
So many feet. Long live Dolly Parton.
Hold on, I gotta look up how
She's
she
not.
is.
You're looking. Wait, do you not know who Dolly Parton is?
No, I know who she is. I'm just trying to see what she looks like
Victoria
now.
Is still with us?
No, I want to see what she looks like now, because 10 years ago I would have. Oh, I still would. 100% still would. Absolutely. How old is she? She's got to be 80, right? Are you judging me? I can't see you because I'm looking at Google.
Ticker. Let me see.
You're
round, a late third round, Josh Allen. What do you do?
Look to the Rico.
I mean, that baby J at the end is just the cutest. You're killing me. How's everyone doing? How are you doing, guys? Week 3. How was your week 2?
Mine was
Week
good.
2 was good.
Yeah, go ahead. Right?
No,
He
week
was
2
like,
was good. Some hits and misses, which we'll talk about in a couple of minutes. But things are really starting to settle in with the fantasy season, right? And trends starting to pop up. But you can't overreact either. And we'll talk about this, I'm sure, a lot today.
Yeah.
I saw somebody tweet today, if you're, stressed out about your season already, just know next week we're already 20% through it. It's it takes, we talk about it for 9 months, but then it goes quick. So yeah, I had a good week 2 compared to week 1 and kind of all the way around. And there's a lot of weird stuff, I think, to talk about. So glad to get into it.
Yeah, I know we talked about this on the pod. I am in a family team, right? I'm in a family league and I am killing it. I'm 60 points total over everyone at the moment. And it's no one is acknowledging it, no one's talking about it.
No one's saying anything. Yeah.
I'm like they're not even watching the show right now. I'm like, guys, we got some insight. I'm telling you, I'm killing it, especially with last week's hey, do I pick up Fannin Jr.? And you guys were like, do it now.
You should put on the message board on the thing that maybe they should be tuning into the podcast to get some hints, because obviously it sounds like they need it.
Yeah, I mean, killing it though. But it was a good. It came from behind, which was lovely. But yeah, so I'm sorry. One of the dog that wasn't sprayed by a skunk last week is giving me a sad look. Hold on, I'm so sorry. Pretty loud. Oh no. Sorry guys, just a mom. So let's talk some everything and nothing. Let's talk a little football right now. Former Buffalo Bills Stefon Diggs is going to be a daddy. Him and Cardi B have just announced that she's pregnant. She's pregnant with baby number 4, and kind of what a magical pairing. Kind of cool.
He too might have more touchdowns or kids than touchdowns this year, if even if he stays at 1. No, I saw that. Kind of cool. I don't I feel weird with Diggs sometimes, of it's almost like we're supposed to hate him, but I never really hated him. And I kind of I kind of think if we knew more about what happened here in Buffalo, I think he would look a little bit more like a good guy, and maybe an MVP quarterback that we give all the credit to might look a little bit more like a bad guy. I have a feeling that there was a lot of stuff we didn't know about that. So I feel weird that when I'm supposed to hate Diggs. I really don't hate him, and I love Cardi B. So I'm happy for him. That kid's gonna be talented at something. I'll tell you that.
So if they end up together, do you think she'll go to Cardi Diggs or is he going to go to Stefan B? What do you think?
No, that's a fun look. How long do they have to be together to change the name? How long do we think?
Cardi B Diggs.
Did you watch any of her trial? Did you watch that at all?
No,
I didn't even know.
Guys.
I like to keep work at work.
Oh, come on. What-
I didn't even know she was on trial. She was on trial for something.
Yeah, when she was, I love her so much. When she was pregnant with one of her already born children, she was in a doctor's office and she was just getting checked out. And she said a security guard looked at her and was like, "Oh, that's Cardi B." And allegedly, according to the security guard, who was a woman, Cardi like slapped her or started punching her, like, yeah, like get my name out of your mouth, sort of thing. And Cardi won. So this allegedly this I guess did not happen.
The fight or the case?
The case did happen, but it was so great because she's so stinking charming and funny, and it's just so likable. So they were like, "Cardi, your hair's different. How did that work?" She's like, "Yeah, it's a wig." And then everyone, including the jury's like, "Haha, we love you, Cardi." So it's just, so I just adore her. I think she's very talented too. And I also don't get, she probably got potentially pregnant while on this trial, which I can't imagine feeling all good after some of those days. But what do I know?
Maybe it was the day that she found out she was innocent.
Yeah, right. She's like, this
We don't-
you were conceived on the second
Celebration.
day of my trial where I wasn't doing good. I hated everything. Talks amongst yourselves as I find. Okay, here we go. So, I do have a hockey thing, which this was more just a Buffalo thing. There is a ESPN misery index, and the Buffalo Sabres are ranked number 1, according to be a fan of, which we kind of know. And the best team to be a fan of is the Mammoth, followed by the Panthers. So apparently, yeah, that's what this this ESPN misery index says. So number 1 hardest team to be a fan of is the Buffalo Sabres, followed by the Blue Jackets, Red Wings, Senators, Ducks, Flyers, Flames, Devils.
I'm gonna dig in here and say the Mammoth are probably the first because they haven't had enough pain yet. They're new, they're lovable. Maybe that's where the thinking was here, that they were up there. And the Panthers just won 2 fucking Stanley Cups. It's hard to say, and their fans are in sunny Florida.
All right, so. True, but your hockey team, your favorite hockey team, just named your club the Mammoth. I mean, you can't, that has to at least be like 24th on the misery index. And honestly, the fact that the Sabres are first in anything, I'll take it. You know, I'm like, hell yeah. Look, this is some off-season buzz that we were waiting for. Finally got a number 1 ranking somewhere. Don't ask what it's for, but you know what? We're number 1, baby. Hell yeah.
We will talk about this more next Monday on From This Point Forward, a Buffalo Sabres comedy podcast. And cheap plug. Thanks, Allie.
You're welcome. I'm a friend of all. Speaking of friends, service dogs. I hate me so much. Service dogs go through a test where they have to watch an entire musical to pass their program. So it's like they will show just a bunch of dogs sitting in a theater, which this is what, and they just have to be like good boys and girls, sit and watch it, not fall asleep or sing along. So the two worst things you can do in a movie theater is sing along to the musical or fall asleep the entire time. And so that's how they pass their test. It's very sweet.
Do you think they ever do like studies like down the road of the service dogs that didn't make it? They're like, oh, wow, every single one of these service dogs had to sit through Rent. How did this happen?
I love that. Or like, I feel like musicals isn't the thing that they should be watching. They should be watching like Backdraft or something, you know, get some real knowledge on how to be a service dog. You're not, who needs help in Frozen? You know,
Uh,
I'm sorry. I used Frozen as a musical. Is that a
Just-
real musical? I don't know.
You just lost all of our 9-year-old listeners. I'm so sorry, but please come back. So this says a group of Canadian service dogs attended a live performance of Billy Elliot. That's the boy dancer, which is really cool. The musical at the Stratford Festival as part of their training. The exercise helped them acclimate to the sights and sounds of a theater, and ensuring that they would remain calm and in distracting environments. I'm not sure if a musical like that is very distracting, but what do I know? So very sweet, very cool, and kind of smart to do that. Also, apparently not a hard ticket to get into. So
Are you kidding? I would pay more to go see a musical with dogs present. I really would.
yeah, and then
100%. I want to just be in with just all the dogs, just watching the
No.
Wicked.
and then you're like, hey, hi. You try to make eye contact. Hey, hi.
I
then
want
you're
to be
like,
the one where the one falls asleep, and I'm like, "You out of here! You're gone."
You have to go potty?
It's like Squid Game for dogs. Just fucking. Sorry.
Oh no!
Whoa,
I'm sorry.
you took it too far.
Not only do you not have a job, you're gone. Sorry. No.
Oh, pour one out for Steven and for Jimmy. All right, let's move on to something that's not as cute as a dog watching a musical, but quarterbacks who are injured. So we had some really big injuries this past week. So I'm going to give you I'm going to update you on the 4 quarterbacks who are now injured. Please feel free to talk about them in whatever order you want. So we have Burrow, Justin Fields, Jaden Daniels, and JJ McCarthy. Those are some big names, but hot takes. Anything? Are you sad?
So I'll talk about them in order of what I think are least severe to most severe injuries. Justin Fields, I mean, it's a concussion. Yes, those are serious, but in all likelihood, he's back after a week or two. And
Nope.
Oh, Lou, are you talking?
Sorry. I am sorry. I mean, sorry to interrupt you. I mean, isn't it so weird that they declared him out today, like in a concussion protocol? I mean, like some of these guys get out of concussion protocol hours before the game. It just seemed really weird that they were just like, no, Wednesday, he's not clearing it. So I wonder if it's somewhat severe. That's all. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because you never hear somebody getting declared out for a concussion on Wednesday. They have so much time still to clear the protocol. So there must be some really bad signs there. That's all. Sorry.
No, I think that's a really good point, and I hadn't thought about that. But you're right; the timing is a bit peculiar. And right, so but you're probably figuring, 2 weeks. I mean, if the Jets lose to those 2 games or won both of those games, it's going to be looking really bleak for them.
Yeah.
And don't tell me my computer is doing this again.
It kind of like can't wait for your IT guy to get it.
Yeah.
Audience, that Ryan has some issues sometimes, and we were like, "Oh, Ryan, look at you with the new Wi-Fi," and he's like, "Yeah, it's never gonna happen again. My guy fixed it at work."
My IT guy, he said.
Yeah, and looks like you're gonna start roasting him because.
Oh, that's so great. I'll
You're fine, Ryan. We probably can hear you.
You're fine. Yeah, go ahead. Go through the other 3. You're fine.
All right, I'm just going to rush through the other ones so I don't,
No, you're
I
fine.
mean, Daniels
You're not that
may.
back.
Okay. All right. So Daniels may play. I maybe not. I think he's a little dinged up. So again, doesn't seem very, very serious. Obviously, the big one is Burrow. McCarthy, I think is, people are really giving him a hard time after that week 2 performance, kind of forgetting totally about what he did in week 1 in the second half, kind of coming back, engineering that comeback. So I'm not totally giving up on McCarthy, but it probably is it's an inopportune time in the sense that he's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks with this high ankle and something that might linger. Burrow, I mean, gosh, the guy can't catch a break with injuries. And, it's another season where he's going to be having a pretty serious injury. So, these are kind of stacking up for him. So from a dynasty perspective, I really do think you need to consider where you have him in your dynasty, ranks. I think he's probably closer to the back end of that top 10 now at best. And, you're just kind of hoping for the best.
I saw oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Ellie.
Really quick, JJ McCarthy's fiance just had their baby 2 days ago. Do you think they're kind of doing the, yeah, you're okay, but paternity leave is, but like honestly, because
No,
yeah.
no, he's hurt. I think it's a significant enough injury. I mean, I think it's so bad for him. Well, let me first, I'll start with the Burrow thing because I was going on that point, is that I've seen Burrow go this last week for Trevor Lawrence straight up. I've seen him go in Dynasty. I saw him go for like, it was like Prescott and like a back end quarterback, like a Flacco type. I mean, like these guys are, I wouldn't say panicking so much, but because I do think you made a good point. Like it's starting to be a thing for him, and how many of these injuries just finally like set him back so much that he's like, this is what he becomes, or they just start breaking down his body even more. So I'm not there to like get rid of him for Trevor Lawrence. I don't think where I have him. But maybe I should be. I didn't think, I'll say this, I didn't think it was crazy. I didn't see that trade and go, oh my God, that's insane. So yeah, that's crazy. And especially if you're trying to compete this year, you got Burrow on your team, you might have to get creative like that. I like Browning a lot. He put up numbers last time. Like he's someone that can probably keep putting up numbers with that offense. I think he's a good buy. I've seen him go for a second rounder this week. I think that's a little crazy. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times. So like that's his price, and that's a little insane to me. But maybe if he does it again, he gets himself a job, right? Like if he does what he did the last time he took over for Burrow, maybe he's a starter somewhere next year finally. I mean, if he has 2 great, and I know it's a great offense, yada yada, but so there's that. Yeah, to your point, Fields and is a little bit lesser. I don't think that, like I said, the concussion does scare me. I think for the short term, Tyrod helps, like maybe Mason Taylor, but not much else. I just think he would throw to the tight end more than Fields does. He's probably at par with, got a better deep ball than Fields. So maybe Garrett Wilson's a little bit better, but I feel like Fields was just kind of zero in on Garrett Wilson anyways. So I don't think Wilson changes too much. If Mariota comes in for a week, like I don't think that affects too much. And like you said, I think it's minor, but it does sound like they're trending towards Mariota this week. So I would just kind of prepare for that. And the other one, the McCarthy one, I wanted to be really big on McCarthy, and I'm still there. Like I'm not eliminating him after like 2 so weeks, but I'm not like as excited about that second half in the first week as you were. Like I would have been legitimate scared of him if he didn't come out. Great defense. That Atlanta defense is way better than people give credit for. So like whatever. But now it's a sense of like, look what he did with Darnold last year. If Wentz comes in, say he's gone for 4 weeks, and Wentz goes 4-0 and looks decent, McCarthy might not get the starting job back this year. Like that's a legit concern if he's out a month and Wentz plays well. I can't see him holding that up, but it's at least something to consider. Right?
Unless he signs up for PFL or FMLA, so then he has protected job security for at least 6 months.
That's it, right? That's
HR right here, guys.
That's funny.
All right, but also can be true if you're listening, JJ. Okay, so again, week 2 ended and things are just shaken up already. So we have some rookies in shamble. I want you guys to kind of tell me, who are you still buying? Who are you selling? Who are some people you want to go after? And is there anyone we need to avoid and any misses?
Let me start here because I know I said it a lot, and then I even admitted when it was happening where I got hot. I hated this class. I really did. I hated this class from the get-go. And then, we're in these 2 tight end leagues and a bunch of premium tight end, and then it gets a little bit more exciting, right? Because now you got the top 2 tight ends, and then you get Fannin, and I even, I bought the Mason Taylor hype, even though I'm not calling that dead right now either. But all the and so like then the class became a little bit good. The Hunters, I never really wanted to buy into Hunter. Liked Ted a lot. Obviously, we both love Genty, but it was just a class that I just didn't love. I didn't love Hampton. Not like, again, all these things are 2 weeks, but man, it is a rough start for a lot of them. There's some. I don't think you should be changing anything huge in how you thought about these guys preseason after 2 games. I mean, that's just not the way to play fantasy football or the stock market or anything that you can't overreact too much. But I do still want to buy. I think RJ Harvey is like maybe a guy that people see Dobbins doing a little bit better and getting a little bit more thing, that I still think he is like a bell cow there eventually, if it's not even this year. I think you might be able, like, that's a guy that maybe buy a 2 to 3 week dip if you could find a guy like, I think James Cook is perfect for this. Like, give me RJ Harvey and plus for James Cook, who's sitting at RB1 right now, but whatever. I just think Harvey has like a really big upside. I know this is just kind of like reaffirming my priors, but like Travis Hunter, the little bit I have of him right now, I'd be very willing to get out of for a little bit of a loss. I just, I think they're a little bit confused on how to use him. I still think he's the better cornerback. I have said that from day one. I think he's a better corner than he is a wide receiver. I think that's where he should focus. And then the team kind of said totally opposite. The team started sounding like they were going to use him more on offense. Of course, that switched after week 1. They started using a little bit more defense. I'm not there with him. The whole class in general, I'm not going to overreact to, but there's some really scary things, with the Hampton, Genty. I mean, you can't be watching it and not be a little fearful. But I do think he gets it together and is fine. But go ahead, Bri.
I think I am one of those people who watches it and isn't very fearful. It's week 2. I know it is, you want these guys to come out of the gate, but all offseason we talk about how when you're building these teams, you really have to try and balance the early season production with what you're going to expect from the rookies, which is they tend to peak around week 9. And I am not really seeing any signs that these things aren't going to come to fruition with at least some of these people. So my first buy is Genty. I mean, don't give up on Genty yet. The guy is money and he showed flashes. I don't know why in the world Chip Kelly would want to get Zamir White out there after, Genty just trucks sticks a guy and then can't get tackled. He's showing it in spades, and it's just frustrating to me that they're not giving him more opportunities. I do think that corrects. I think that changes as the offense grows. So I'm not giving up on Genty. I'm also buying Harold Fannin right now because I think some people are not convinced it's real. I think they're kind of just like, oh, it's still Njoku here. I'm expecting Njoku to get traded by the trade deadline. If nobody's talking about it now, I mean, it's going to happen. He's going to go somewhere. He's going to go. Who needs a tight end right now? That maybe the Giants, right? The Giants, but I don't know how much they're going to want to pay for somebody like that. But who knows, right? He's going somewhere. And so, at the end of the season, I expect Fannin to really produce. I'll admit, yes, I think Hunter is starting to worry me a little bit in the sense that he's this generational guy, but I'm still holding firm on him, right? I'm not selling. I'm not where Louis is. I'm not going to take a loss, especially in Dynasty. I'm holding firm on him. I mean, and actually go knock on the door for a Hunter owner and see if they're ready to start panicking, because you might be able to get him for cheap. So that's another buy, I suppose. The misses, Henderson. I mean, really kind of a surprise. I maybe underestimated the hard-headedness of Vrabel and his, desire to use someone like Ramondre, but also to Ramondre's credit, he's looked good. So I can't even give him crap for it. So That's, I think, limited Henderson's upside, but again, he could still pop later in the season. And then Loveland and Burden. I mean, holy cow, has the Bears situation been disappointing? Not using at all really Burden or Loveland. I honestly do expect that to change pretty quickly, though. They are not getting the results they want. 0-2. I mean, what else is he going to do? He's going to have to start showing that he is the offensive, and I'm talking about Ben Johnson, that he is the offensive mastermind behind this whole thing. He's not shown that yet. He's gotten passable performances from Caleb on a fantasy side, but not from a real football side. He doesn't look good. So, stuff has to get figured out quickly over there. And so I would expect them to start turning to these new young rookies.
Right. The Bears are obviously playing the Cowboys this week. Cowboys are 1-1. What are you thinking that's going to look like?
Ooh, bad defenses is what I'm thinking that's going to look like. I mean, points. Hell yeah. Let me watch. Is that a 4? I think that's a late window game. I mean, yeah, I'm in on that game big time. I hope this is the Burden or Loveland breakout spot. I mean, Adunze, Louis got to be very happy about that. Is his nice 3-tutty game, and he's looking good. I think it was just 2, but anyways,
2.
Yep. But yeah, I'm expecting Loveland and Burden to start contributing, and hopefully it's this week.
Right.
Yeah, can I give you we're going to be talking about Njoku in this segment, I know, but can I give you a Njoku name? You mentioned possible trade, and I'm going to be making that point with LA Rams.
I literally was about to say that because it was like, that makes a ton of sense. That's a great call. They are a buyer. They don't have anyone at that spot. Ferguson not coming along quickly enough. Yeah, that's a great call.
Yeah.
All right. We're coming up to spooky season, which is called Halloween. So we're doing a new segment called Who's Dead. It's not as scary as it sounds, everyone. So please be nice. Okay, so metaphorically dead is how we're going to play.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to give you give you a list of players. You're going to tell me your thoughts on them. If they're worth it, they're still alive. This will got any juice left in those gams. Okay, we got Andrews, Tracy, Stroud, Charbonnet, Mike Evans, the great Shakir, and Njoku. What are we thinking?
You want to go first, right, with all that, or you want me to?
Always live, so just saying.
Sure. I will never admit that Charbonnet is dead. Let's hold up. Let's pump the brakes here a little bit. All right. I know, last week I was like, oh, it's looking so good, and then Walker has his game and he performs well. I get it. But we've seen this before. We have watched this happen before where Charbonnet has these games and then he has 9 carries for 46 yards the next week, and it's close to an even split. Look, Charbonnet still had 15 touches last week. Let's calm down about the fact that he's not going to be involved in the offense anymore. Did they just like suddenly forget, or do they hate him now as a player? No, I think he's going to be fine. Andrews, yeah, he's cooked. I'm pretty sure he's hit the age cliff earlier than expected, and I'm kind of done with him and that. I mean, you heard the whispers all offseason about the Ravens wanting to sign and likely to an extension. And I think it's because they knew that Andrews was toast. So yeah, he's cooked. I really don't feel good about Shakir right now, just based on the offense that the Bills run. They're going to just keep spreading it around. And he's just not going to get enough volume to pay off, I think. At the ADP of like 70 something by the time August came around. Stroud is starting to worry me, but I'm holding out a little hope that I guess I don't really know why I'm holding out hope for Stroud. He's got weapons. That's the best I can say. The offensive line is terrible. The coaching, but maybe it really isn't the coaching. Maybe, Bobby Slowick was a martyr or something. He wasn't really the problem. Who knows? He's starting to scare me. Mike Evans had already scared me for a while. And Njoku, I think is going to get, I just think he's going to get traded. Maybe he's going to be the Rams. And so he's a sneaky, like, hey, I'm going to pick him up if somebody drops him, because I'm not selling on Njoku right now. I'm buying if I can.
Yeah. So I am totally I was a fade on Njoku all offseason because of my belief in Fannin. Now Fannon's so good that it's actually allowed me to come around on exactly that point with Njoku. Fannon's so good that they could trade him, trade Njoku, and they will. He's UFA and whatever. And so like now I want to buy him the next couple of weeks, as people are probably down on, oh, Fannon's stealing this job, blah blah blah. Sure, he is, but Njoku will end up somewhere. If it's not at the trade deadline, which it should be, like you said, it will be next year as a UFA, right? So I think now I've turned a corner on Njoku. Shakir, I agree with you. It's just too tough, and we've talked about this all offseason as Bills fans. It's just they spread the ball around. They have other guys now that can do what Shakir did. They're trying to run the ball more. I still think there's got to be a couple weeks here where he's got to ramp up from the ankle injury. You don't just get back to 100% right away. So I'm not saying he's dead, but I don't think he's anywhere near the asset. Mike Evans, yep, we'll agree on there, and I know that's on your point, that you've kind of pushed that he might be dead for a while here. I don't think he's dead, but at this point, I don't know what you're getting for him, and then, sorry, I'm muting this. I'm trying to mute this. I know it was going off like crazy, and I can't.
Popular over there, getting a million texts.
Yeah, it's just Jesse saying he's at Mulberry's right now, and he's texting me about everybody that's at Mulberry's.
Oh my gosh! Tell him to get the Menacott.
Yeah.
I just want to once again say that you guys kind of led me down the Fannin path last week. So that was the trade I did mid show, and yeah, it was a really great pick.
I think it was Fannin, and you dropped Hunter Henry, right?
No,
Ray Davis. Right?
Oh, Ray Davis, yeah.
Oh no, you picked up Hollywood Brown. You did have a trade. You had a trade for Fannin.
Hollywood Brown. Right? Do we dump him? And what do we do?
No, Hollywood Brown was fine.
Oh,
he's
no, don't
do that.
Am I dropping Justin Fields? Am I dropping?
Yeah, you might have to get rid of Justin Fields. Hold on, let me just finish real quick that list. We have Charbonnet is tough, and to your point, like I think it's going to be kind of like the Shakir thing in Buffalo, the wide receiver thing in Buffalo. Like for specific game plans, they're going to bounce back and forth. He's got an injury now, but no, not dead, and by any means. He's going to both him and Walker are going to be a little bit frustrating starts if this continues, but I think that there's a world where they're both fine. Tracy, I don't know. I got people trying to tell me he's smoke because Scadaboo had some yards last game. He's still at 10, 11 PPR points. Like he's still going to be part of this offense. I don't think Scadaboo is good enough to be a bell cow. Man, if you want to totally give up on Tracy, I'll take him right now off anybody's hands. And Andrews and Stroud both. I'll say Andrews.
You muted yourself, Lou.
Sorry. The likely point that you made for Andrews is totally great. Like this would have been the time that he could have.
You did it again.
You're turning to Ryan. Now you're silent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. This could have been, when he kept him off. Of him, pushing Likely away, and he just hasn't done anything. So I think when Likely returns, that's only going to get worse. And then Stroud, give me a couple weeks of Christian Kirk. I'll call him dead after maybe week 5. I know a lot of people don't give Christian Kirk credit, but I think he's going to bring something to that offense that they don't have right now. And I'll take a couple weeks of Christian Kirk before I call him dead.
That's so nice and kind of you.
It would be nice if they just got Jalen Noel on the field too. That would also probably help.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's good.
All right, I've got 2 for this week. We are going into this week's cat and dogs.
Trying to get our 2 boys ready to carry them to the golf tournament before practice, right? 12 cats live across the road. Our door's open. Screen's broke. We need to get a new screen door, but the screen's broke. So you can come in through the screen, but you can't get back out of it. I turn and look, there's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, what are you doing in here, little kitty cat? By that time, the cat turns, tries to get back out. That screen won't go that way. Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. And I told our players, we need more dogs. Bo's barking in the back. I have to go shut Bo up. Mel's like, what's going on? I said, there's a cat in the house. Cat in the house? I said, yeah, there's a cat in the house. So I told our players, I tried to let it out the front door. Meow, meow, the cat's still going crazy in there. And I told our players, you need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
I just heard him say the thing about the extra bands and the shoes, and I'm like, I am one of those extra bands and shoes kind of gal. So I guess I've been living like a cat my whole life. I would like to start off this segment with my cat and dogs. So my dog, I would sort of say, we can kind of talk about this one. Molly from First Take announced that she's no longer on the show, which kind of wild. I think that sucks. So that's kind of a cat-like move. But she did say stay tuned, which just means she's not going to have a successful show after this. But Stephen A was like very upset, and he said something like very not great happened. And I want to know, and can't wait to update everyone next week when I find out false information and I spread it. But I hope it's a good thing for her that if she got out of a bad situation. So I think she's really changed the game in broadcasting and women's voices in sports. So she is going to be my dog. And then my cat of the week is Louis' cell phone for going off the entire time, not just a little boop, just letting it go. Just letting it go.
Well, it takes me a while to figure. I was muting it on. I don't know. Droids are dumb. Sorry.
Finally got him to admit it.
Now he's finally got it. Hey, you guys want to do a FaceTime real quick?
Yeah, either Lou.
I could. We just have to go on Facebook Messenger.
Everybody loves that. Mark Zuckerberg has to join the call too.
You could tell. Comics tend to do this thing where they're like, "Oh, let's FaceTime," and it's always Facebook like chat. I'm like, "No, get a real phone, nerds." So good. Anyway, so that's my cat and dog of the week. Ryan, who are yours?
All right, I'll start with my cat. You want me to just run through them all?
Are you doing? What are you doing? You going to do one of each?
I was going to. Yeah, I do. I have one for each position.
That's fine. Roll through all your cats. I'll roll through all my cats. You roll through all your dogs. I'll roll through all my dogs. Let's do it quick though.
All right. My cat of the week. He's been a frequent cat of the week at the quarterback position for me. Jalen Hurts. All right. He's going up against the Rams. I mean, that's a tough defense. I'm still not a believer. The guy is not a good quarterback, and nobody will be able to convince me otherwise. Running back, Chase Brown. I'm kind of worried about him. And, if you're going to put the ball in the hands of Browning, which I expect them to do, to just throw the ball to Chase and Higgins a million times a game, that's going to be their new game plan. And I think, unfortunately, Chase Brown is looking like a miss so far. My wide receiver cat of the week is Debo. I mean, you have potentially Mariota at quarterback, and I think it's going to impact the horizontal passing game, if you will, right? The screen games, that kind of stuff. I just don't expect Debo to have a big game this week because he doesn't have Daniels in all likelihood. And then my tight end, Hawkinson, really is not looking good this year. And now with an injury, I know Wentz could come in there and maybe he starts feeding him up the seam, something, maybe this is his first breakout game, but until further notice, he's a cat for me.
Yep. My cat's quarterback. I'm going Justin Herbert here, and I'm not trying to be, hot takey here. It's just it's a tough matchup. Denver's, he's looked good, but Denver's not, your average defense. I think this week might be a week that if you got a better option, go ahead and you can sit him. Breece Hall versus Tampa Bay, just a real tough matchup without Fields there. Tyrod in, they're going to be able to focus on him a little bit more. Tampa Bay's already got a really good run defense. They held Bijan to 24 yards or whatever week 1, and I think there wasn't much better here in week 2. So that will be a tough matchup. my cat, I know he had a horrible week last week, and this is one of my favorite guys at the wide receiver position. I drafted a bunch of them, and I'm not even saying that I don't see some success in his near future, but another bad matchup for Chris Olave this week against Seattle, so I would be fading him everywhere. And I'm gonna, as much as we talked well about him here, I'm gonna pick Harold Fannin Jr. for my cat as tight end. Green Bay, good defense. He's a little bit on the hype machine right now. You know, everyone's a little bit high on him. You could get to that point where you're like, oh, he's starting over everybody. You said, I'll give you credit. You said you could start him over Bowers last week to Allie. You know, because of the injury thing mostly, and he outperformed him. Not by much, but outperformed. I think this week is probably a week to fade him.
Yeah, and I'll give you a hat tip right back because when I was talking and in my notes having Fannin as a rookie to target, I had in parentheses after this week because you can get him at a cheaper price. I do think the Packers are one of the best defenses in the NFL, so great point there. All right, so let's talk about dogs quickly. Penix is my dog at quarterback. I mean, he's got a cake matchup here against the Panthers. I mean, just come on. Finally, can this be the 4-touchdown game? I think it could be. So I'm playing Penix pretty much everywhere if I can. My running back is Mason. He's stepping into an awesome situation. I know that they have a quarterback, issue now with McCarthy, but I mean, Jones is out. He's on IR. I mean, he's going to get the extra work. I mean, yes, Akers is going to factor in a little bit on passing downs and such, and he's shown an ability to do that in the past in this offense, but Mason's a buy for me. BTJ is my wide receiver dog. Don't give up on this guy, please. I mean, the opportunities are there. He had 9 targets. He had near double-digit targets the first game, and the offense is going to figure itself out. I refuse to believe that the Jags will just never figure it out all season. No, I think it's coming. So hang tight on him. And my tight end dog this week is Sanders, just because on the other side, I expect with a shootout, he's quietly had, I think it's like, what was it, like 15 targets in the first 2 weeks or something, 12 or 15 targets in the first 2 weeks. Like that's a lot for a tight end, and he's going under the radar right now. So he's a buy or a pickup if you're in a deep league, if you need a tight end streamer, which I get it's only week 3, but if you're looking for a sleeper at that, I think Sanders is a good pick.
I'm going to blow through these so you could draft with us. I know you got to go. We're all on kind of time constraints here, so I'll go through my dogs. Carson Wentz at quarterback. I just think that, hey, it's worth the shot here. Quarterback guru. He's looked good. Revived Darnold weapons. I'll do it. Stevenson for my running back. I just, the guy's, I've been big on him all offseason. He's one of my biggest owned players. I just think that continues. I think, to your point, Vrabel really likes him, and I think he's good. Wide receiver dog, George Pickens. I know he kind of got a little bit lucky with that touchdown there at the end to get a decent day, but I think they're going to start making an effort. And to your guys' point earlier about that Cowboys Bears game should be a shootout. And then my tight end is Kyle Pitts, and just I think we finally brought the expectations down enough to make Kyle Pitts worth it, and I think he's a good start today.
Guys, as much as I want to make this,
okay,
I'm going to have to run to my game, but
okay.
So if you guys want to maybe just rip the draft, and could give you my first pick, but the first pick is traffic. I mean, that's the worst part about going to an NFL game is the sitting in traffic park. But that's just little.
Yeah.
That's my pick.
Traffic.
Juan Murrah, look at you. Okay.
Traffic is horrible. Go well here. Do we want to say bye to Ryan real quick?
Do you want to say bye because you are an athlete, so you do have to go play sports. So best of luck.
In the very loose definition term of the term athlete, but yes, I'm going to play a hockey game right now.
There you go. Let's go. All right, have fun. Stay safe.
Have fun. Have a good one. Bye, Ryan.
All right, see you guys.
We could bounce back some of our ideas. I guess we don't have to officially have like a 2-person draft, but did you have some good ones on your list?
Yeah, we can talk about them. So This is the worst things about attending an NFL game. One of the most annoying things that happens to me is when I see a new person in my section, I've been in my section for years, and that guy buys someone's tickets and he stands up and he's like just looking at other people to see if anyone's looking at him. No one ever is. And he's
Yeah.
always in the way. And you're like, I'm actually here to watch football. Like I'm here. And that guy sucks because he's always standing because he thinks that your section wants to stand, and it's not. It's a like family friendly section, and it enrages me.
I love that. I'm gonna go, and I should be really specific to the actual guys that sit behind me, but I will just say anybody that's sitting behind you and that's screaming the blitz all day, or anything that they did the play before sucked, or it was the worst, or if they said to run and they passed, they said, "Oh, I told you should have." I mean, I just hate people behind me most of the time. The specific ones behind me are the worst. I can't wait. In the new stadium, we're right up against, our backs are against the wall. So we are the last row in our section, and we are against a concrete wall. So we will not have that problem. No beers pouring on us, no idiots screaming behind us. I'm very excited about that.
Oh, fun. I think I might be against the wall as well. I will say for my seats currently, amazing people behind us and in front of us. It's also to that point, the person who just says, "Oh, look, X team sucks," and you're like, they're literally the AFC champs. So I'm really confused on how they suck, you dodo. That
I love that.
I don't like. So the great thing about being a woman at a football game, bathroom line, right? It's so good. It's not like a stereotype. It's so good. But the worst thing about being a woman in the winter is when you're in your winter gear at a snowy. Yeah, you have to like don't some little boys, when they like start learning how to use the bathroom, they like take their entire pants. Like some kids do that. They like
yes, yeah. I've been doing it for 41 years. But you get behind me on the urinal, you're getting full butt. You're getting full cheeks. No, we definitely are luckier than you guys in that scenario. Zippers usually do it for us, so I will. I'll take that loss. I'm going to go with one of my things on my list was the third down horn. I hate that. I think it's so annoying, and every team has it. Like, we don't know it's third down. Like, I get it. We all know it's third down. We're all screaming already. We don't need the big horn and you screaming.
Yeah. I'm not usually that, like, I'll have like a glass of wine, and like I'm not ever really out of control. So I tend to see everything very soberly, and the drunk person that went too hard, that has just ruined their experience and everyone around them. And then they do that weird, like, dead eye look at you, and you're like, don't, bro, don't even look, stop it. And then you like, know that,
that was 100% me last week, by the way. How do you think I told you guys that? That was 100% me. And I don't like being that guy, but I was. And so I get it.
My intervention for you. Please stop being the dead eye.
I'm going with one of the things on my list was any adults that play catch in the parking lot. I think you're too old and you shouldn't be throwing a football around anymore. Let your kids throw the football around. You're not your fucking NFL career is dead. You're not a quarterback. Just keep the ball in the fucking truck and stop throwing it, because they fucking throw it around and then it hits your tailgate, freaking knocks down my potato chips or some shit. Like, get out of here, you losers.
That is a great point. I think the one thing that I don't like, I think it's sweet to play catch. It's also fun because, but the going like too hard on the ball. So you're like, I'm going to, let's play catch. And I want this to hurt your hands so badly that you feel stupid and you don't want to play catch anymore.
Yeah.
But I get where you're coming from. That's let's see. Okay. So this happens in my section as well. So I'm in one section and there's an adjacent section separated by like a little stairwell, and a security guard. And there's always the guy, again, I like to do things on my own matter. I'm focused. I'm not trying to do what you're doing because it's what's cool. And there's always this guy in the section next to my section that does the, come on guys, stand up. And he's like, then turning his back to the game and is doing the, like, let's stand up. And I'm like, you're missing the play, you dork. And also, if I stand up, there is like it's very kid friendly. I don't want the 9-year-old who's having this really great time with their dad to not be able to see because my like 5'7" slender frame. I don't want that kid's experience, you know. So I'm like, it's so annoying. Ugh.
I don't love it. I am in the world where I think everybody should be standing, but that's because I don't mind standing. But it's a decision that you can't be the only one standing. You just
Correct.
can't. You got to know around you. If everyone's standing, sure, we're all getting up, we're all making things, but like you can't. You got to have self-awareness to know that you're the only idiot that's standing up, and no one wants you to.
Yeah.
I think one more. I'll do one. One of them is just one of the things on my. It's just not my couch, and I love watching football on my couch with now I've been on a diet, so now with a pizza box balancing on my stomach like usual, but I like the comfort of my home.
I love it. There's nothing better than watching football at home, especially in a fall game. But that was great. I don't know if I would have been able to draft this because I'm sure someone would have taken some of my things. Like I hate when the guy does first down arm. I'm like, I don't even hate that. But all right. So this has been Analytics for the Nerds. Good luck, everyone. Week 3 is coming up. And Thursday Night Football, Bills v Miami, which should be potentially interesting. We'll see what Tua does, but hopefully you'll be watching it in a great spot. Thanks, everyone. This is Analytics for the Nerds.